summer we had one in West Virginia. Remember the terrible flash flooding in West Virginia last summer of 2016? And it's going to take a while to get this fixed and shored up. Fortunately, there are other ways in and out of the mall and around here, unlike in West Virginia, where about 300 or 400 people were stuck in a shopping center and they couldn't get out, and they had to actually build a road up the hill to get those folks out. But the bridge over to the shopping center, it took several months to get that shored up and rebuilt. In the meantime, the water continues to rush. We get a break in the rain right now. Sky's brightening here on the west side of Houston. This is a prolific, catastrophic, life-threatening flood event underway here in Houston. And we're not done yet because Harvey is not moving very fast, moving west-southwest at about 2 miles an hour. Stephanie?
All right, Mike, we appreciate it. I want to show you some pictures around where we're located. This is a Buffalo Bayou out of its banks, and you can see the water, how quickly it's moving. So remember that. Right now we're getting a little bit of a break from the rain, and so if people might venture out. We've seen a few people walking. There's a guy walking on the bridge right now. We want you to stay put here. That's the best thing that you can do. Remember, all you need is 6 inches of swiftly moving water to knock you off your feet. That water is at least a foot high, literally as high as a one-story building. And Harris County is asking for help with boats. Do you have a high water vehicle or a boat? They want you to coordinate with the fire marshal, 713-881-3100. That's the number that you can call. Keep calling 911. If you know someone that's stuck, tell them to keep calling. Stay on hold. They're getting to as many people as they can. Houston mayor has rescued more than 2,000 people. Mike, we're getting a little bit of a break from the rain right here where we are located. Are you starting to see more rain come down where you're located?
I'm sorry, it's hard to hear out here, and I'm trying to get down here, and we apologize, trying to get reset here. There we go. Look at the flow of the water. You can see the 3 huge drainage pipes under Farm to Market Road 762 out in Rosenberg, Texas, west-southwest of downtown Houston. And look at the road that has been compromised, and you can see that narrow area of asphalt, and that is going to come down. That's pretty much a given. Just the sheer weight and gravity is going to pull that down. And there's part of the road over there to the left, and everything's given away. Look at the concrete. Now, that was up on the side. That was to keep folks from going over into this creek, and that came down too. So this is look, see that drain? The drain on the right just shifted. Any moment now, that's going to come crashing down. So that drain on the right of the 3 drains just shifted on camera from right to left. And we're expecting this road to collapse at any minute, at least more of this road to collapse. They've got it blocked off a good 100 yards on either side to keep everybody away. Even across the street, they are trying to keep people away from getting too close to this because it is a very dangerous situation. We're pretty safe over here. We're on solid ground on this kind of farmland over here next to the creek. Normally, this is just a creek. And this has turned into a raging kind of a river, and it certainly compromised this roadbed. This is Farm to Market Road 762 in Rosenberg, if you're just tuning in. And this is what happens when you have so much rain in a short period of time. And it's that, and because you have it so quickly, the force of the water just takes out what's the subsoil and what's under the asphalt and the road surface. Stephanie, we're just keeping an eye on this. I'm almost certain we're going to see more of this cave in here. Maybe not live on TV, but we'll get it on tape for you. Stephanie, back to you.
All right, Mike, we certainly appreciate your reports there. And this is such a wide-reaching system. I mean, the cloud span on this thing is 700 miles from Texas over into Louisiana. I was just tweeting here and talking about the amount of water that we have seen, over 28 inches of water since Friday in Clear Creek. 28 inches. And we could see another 1 to 2 feet. We're getting a break. Don't let your guard down with this break. There's more to come all the way through Thursday. Now, we get on average 49.77 inches for the entire year. Are we going to get that in 1 week? It's possible. We can't rule it out. And the water is coming up fairly quickly. Okay, so within almost 2 hours, we've gone from no water right where we're located, well above my ankles and nearing the middle of my shin. So even if it's not raining, that water is still rising. if you're going to stay with us, which we hope you do on the Weather Channel, there's a little light over here. Notice that light? That could be covered. We've been following that. Before you could see much more of that light. Also that sign, 13 feet 11 inches. A one-story building is about 10 feet. So that gives you some perspective. Can you believe a house could fit under there? If there was a house, it would be covered if it was a one-story house. So that's how bad it is. The rain's starting to pick up again here. So things are just going to continue to get worse before they get better. We are not in the recovery stage. This is a now casting situation. This is also going to continue to get bad. Look at the water moving as well, all right? So the water is flowing. That's what else makes this dangerous. We now want to go to Smithville, Texas, which is south of this area, east about 50 miles from Austin. That's where Chris Bruin has been reporting. Chris, what are the conditions like traveling from San Antonio to where you are located now, and just how bad is the flooding? Is it as widespread as it is here in the Houston area?
You know, here there's been a couple mandatory evacuations, Steph, but so far not life-threatening, at least at this moment. But again, the river is still on its way up here, and we want to bring in City Manager of Smithville, Robert Tamble. And you've been working for the city about 3 years and have lived here for about 40 years.
That's correct, yes.
And okay, you said you've seen within the past few years this street particularly flood, but has it been to this extent?
It has never been to this extent. In fact, in the past 3 years, this particular street has flooded five times. And in and of itself, this street has had a history of flooding, but this is the worst that we've seen in this particular storm associated with Harvey.
And as you told me before, some homes may have flooded in the past, but the ones that didn't are now flooding in this instance.
This is correct. There's about 24 to 30 homes on this street. And as you said, the ones that had never flooded before have gotten water in their houses today.
And I know one of the big concerns, especially the mayor was kind of emphasizing, was he was concerned if you're safe, you stay put, because they're worried about people driving and the water's just at the level of their house, and then that little wake that your car could make could cause that water to go right in.
You're exactly right. We have the barricades up for a reason, mainly for the safety of the emergency response personnel and the people in the neighborhood. Because if you hadn't had damage already, you go through a street that's flooded and you cause that wake, you're now causing more damage to the homeowner. So we ask that people do not drive through a barricade, do not drive on a street that's flooded.
All right, appreciate it, Rob.
Thank you.
Stephanie, we're going to send things back to you. And again, serious issues here in Smithville, but of course the life-threatening flooding continues to be an ongoing event in Houston.